Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Down to Earth Gardening and Design, and today I'm pretty excited because I am planting 3 vibrant varieties of Echinacea in my gardens. So I love coneflower and there is so much to love about them, and they're so budget friendly because they are a native perennial that will easily reseed in your garden and give you lots of babies. So not only that, but the pollinators really love them, and you can get season-long interest for them because in the winter you can leave the cones, and there's some seed in here for the birds to eat for the winter and some beautiful winter interest. So not only that, there's more. They're pretty drought tolerant once they get established, and they're really long bloomers. So depending on your zone, early summer right into fall, you can have some long-lasting blooms, which is pretty great. Pretty bang for your buck when it comes to a perennial. So I'm loving them and super excited to be adding more to my yard, and I love sharing with you what I'm doing and different varieties that I love because maybe you'd be interested for your own gardens. So Echinacea, the other thing about them is they are on the deer resistant list, but I will say that when the deer get hungry, as many of you know, they will eat anything. And they recently munched on some in the back here because there's a little break in my deer fencing that I didn't know about and had to be repaired. So you may just want to think about that, but for the most part, if the deer have plenty to eat, they will avoid them. So let's get down to the 3 varieties that I'm planting, and then I'm going to take you out in the garden and we're going to show you how easy they are to plant. So when you think of coneflower, we think of a lot of the mauves and pinks that we see natively growing in prairies. And I have brought you a lot of the pink, beautiful coneflowers and some white coneflowers. But today I have some brighter colors for you to check out. So first of all, look at this beauty. This one here is SunMagic Vintage Red Hot. Now, another great thing about coneflower is they have some strong, sturdy stems, so these will not need to be staked. So you have to love that when it comes to easy care. This one here has some nice burgundy stems, and it's aptly named because it is a red hot flower, petals and cones. It gets to be about 18 inches tall, and it's appropriate for zones 4 through 9. Okay, we have a bee buzzing around that's really dying to get at these echinacea flowers. So number 2 is a really vibrant pink. So this one won't fade out in the sun, so it'll stay pretty hot pink. And this one is PowWow Wild Berry. So it gets to be about 16 to 20 inches tall and about the same width. And another mounding habit, strong sturdy stems, appropriate for zones 4 through 9. And in 2010, in fact, it was an All-American Selections winner. So this one is another beauty, vibrant beauty that I'm going to be adding to my gardens today. Okay, and number 3 has some beautiful buds on it. It was just deadheaded at the nursery before I picked it up, which is always optional with your echinacea if you'd like more flowers. So towards the end of the season, I'll leave them so we have the cones for the winter. So this one here is called Sombrero Rosada. We're going to throw up a picture of it. So it's another pink, but it is a rose pink, and it has some burgundy stems on it. It gets to be about 18 to 22 inches tall, so a little taller than the others, and about 22 inches to 24 inches wide. So this one will need a little bit more space. All right, so let's bring you out to the garden. We're going to show you how to plant them. And then last but not least, I like to talk about design. So we will talk about some different ways you can use these echinacea, some different design options for you. Okay, so we're getting ready to plant here, and just a couple things. One is you want to plant your echinacea in a full sun location, so about 6 to 8 hours of sun is perfect for them. So I have this garden here that gets tons of morning sun here. So I like to plant my plants in groups of odd numbers. So I'm going to do 3 here. And I like to plant them at least a foot apart. but my goal is for them to grow together like a small mass planting. So it really depends on your garden size. If you have a huge garden, you could even do 7, 9, just as many as you want to make a really nice impact. But I'm going to do 3 here because I'm going to do a little mixed planting and finish this walkway that we started coming through the garden. So I have my layout. And then you want to dig your holes. So your hole should be a little bit bigger than your pot. So about twice as wide as your pot. And we're in New England, so I can feel a rock here, a good sized rock. And I also found some daffodil bulbs. So this happens to me quite a bit because I have some informal plantings of daffodils, and this is really just a side note. So if I dig them up, I just pull them out and then I just replant them immediately somewhere else. So we're getting to the time that it's time for bulb planting anyway, so it's totally fine to relocate them. Okay, so next we want some well-draining soil. And in fact, I have a bucket of my own compost. So we're just going to do a little bit of amending because they like well-drained, fertile soil. Remove them from the container. Looks like a nice root system. I like to loosen it a little bit. We call it tickling the roots. Okay, and so now you want the top here of the root crown even with the top of the hole. So if you have dug a hole that's a little too big, you can you can backfill, put some of the soil you took out back in the hole. You can mix it with your compost, but this looks about right here. And then that's it. We're just going to go ahead and backfill, make sure that there's no air pockets. And then I'm just going to finish planting my little group here and the rest of my coneflower. So I just wanted to give you a good look at how we plant our echinacea. So last but not least, you want to give them a good water. Remember, we always want to water the soil. And you want to keep them watered until they get settled. And then after that, they're very easy care and drought tolerant. So let's just talk briefly about some design ideas for echinacea. So number 1 design idea is going to be a bird and butterfly garden. So they would be great for a pollinator garden. Number 2 is a very informal wildflower garden. Because they reseed, they could fill up a nice prairie garden or wildflower garden. Number 3 is, of course, your mixed border, your mixed planting. Number 4 is a mass planting. So they look gorgeous in mass, really big impact. And number 5, don't forget about your cottage gardens because they are a lovely cottage garden flower. So there's so many different options. I just wanted to give you a few ideas for your own gardens. But that is it for today. What a lovely, long-lasting flower that's super budget friendly. And the pollinators will love you for planting some. So thank you so much for joining me. If you liked our video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel because we love gardening and we have a lot more of it coming your way.